Now, let's dive deep into this big LGBTQ story for today. I'm Greg Shapiro, and let's queer up South Florida and Florida. Florida law enforcement now enforces elimination of Pulse Memorial Rainbow Crosswalk 24 hours a day. Queer News Tonight has been following the story of DeSantis' attack on Florida's LGBTQ landmarks. Last month, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy sent letters to the governors of all 50 states calling for them to remove pride crosswalks or lose Department of Transportation funding. Florida was one of the first to comply, painting over the rainbow crosswalk in front of the Pulse Memorial in Orlando. The next day, local residents showed up with chalk in hand to recolor the crosswalk in remembrance of the 49 lives lost in the tragic Pulse shooting. Once again, the state came in that night and removed the memorial. Now the DeSantis regime has posted Florida state troopers at the crosswalk for 24-hour surveillance, making sure no one can restore the rainbow. Fort Lauderdale and Miami Beach have pledged to resist the mandate, and in areas such as Ybor City, residents have been using chalk to color in previously rainbow-free crosswalks. One citizen was quoted as saying, quote, "You can try to make chalk illegal in the state of Florida, but we will still find a way. I don't know of a single rainbow crosswalk that has ever killed a child. Yet I can name countless bus stops across the state without traffic lights. Real dangers where tax dollars could be used to protect lives rather than being wasted on erasing LGBTQ plus visibility." Okay. Does anybody else remember when this Midwestern frat boy, Sean Duffy, stumbled drunk through a few seasons of MTV's The Real World
and
Road
Challenges?
Rules?
Yes.
Looks like he's really ruling the road now as U.S. Secretary of Transportation. Yeah. And now he and his broodmare, Rachel, who was really shitty to the late Pedro Zamora when they were on The Real World San Francisco, they have 9...
No, they were not. They were not in Real World.
Rachel and Pedro were in San Francisco, Real World San Francisco.
No, it was Miami. Pedro was in Real World Miami.
Puck. There was the same season as Puck, right? San Francisco?
No, Puck is a different season than Pedro.
Okay, then she was on with Pedro, and she treated him really badly. And with that many spawn, odds are good that one of those 9 kids might actually come out as queer.
So
I wonder how they'll deal with that.
Well, so they are equivocal and evangelical. That's what they're telling.
No, they're basically Opus Dei or.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
But more to the point, practical tips for those who tar paper works. If you use a colored tar paper and just heat it, and it will stick to the asphalt, and that would be very difficult to remove. So
they can't just paint over that?
Well, they can paint over that, but they can wash away the paint. Paint is easily removed, but the chalk, it gets power washed away. And also, the city of Orlando can also consider the Key West approach, declare that as part of the Post Memorial. It is a historic, because it's historical. It is done to mark a passing of a tragedy that affected 49 gay, lesbian individuals and a lot of them Latino at this terrorist attack in the state of Florida. So justify that by erasing it would be, erasing a historical landmark, and you can get them stuck in litigation for ages. Maybe until 2028.
I think I have a solution to help make neighborhoods safer. Let's start going to these neighborhoods where they don't have street lights and paint rainbows on the street to the point that they have to bring somebody there to stand there and watch it 24 hours a day. And maybe we'll make neighborhoods safer that way. That's what we should do. Let's start raiding the other neighborhoods and painting sidewalks with rainbows.
And also, I just want to say kudos to the city of Fort Lauderdale and Miami Beach for not bending backwards to obey the orange overlord and his minions, because apparently Delray Beach and a lot of municipalities. And here's the fact. In Wilton Manors, we have, which is where I live, we have a rainbow bridge. FDOT, Florida Department of Transportation, owns the owns and maintains most of the streets up and down the state. So for them, it can legally issue an edict and say, you cannot do that here because they own the roads. But which is why, despite the fact that we are the largest municipality with a high number of LGBTQ population, it's as gay as it gets, we never had a rainbow crosswalk. What we have is a rainbow bridge. The railings of the bridge is not in the purview of FDOT. So if any of the communities in Florida has a bridge, paint it rainbow. Problem solved.
Right. Well, that is a big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight.